Hey, hey!
Okay, so welcome to another event of JavaScript Israel. This time in a live performance. I need to not block the screen. Okay, it was ages since we did an in-person event and also with like the full slides, like way back. Who is here from from the beginning of JavaScript Israel in the room? Okay, wow, nice, like the old schoolers, old timers, okay? So you remember the old slides, so we take it in vintage style and we do the thing. So we have a full package today and we have a surprise I will talk about in the end of the meetup. It wasn't planned, but Michelle actually, got here for a business trip. And we'll do like a panel in the end about performance with Mishko and Michelle and Benji and all the performance experts and such. And we'll ask them stuff about their life, not about performance even, okay? So that's a surprise in the end. Okay, so great, let's begin. JavaScript Israel, first of all, let's do a warm-up, okay? Remember from before. So first of all, talk to the person next to you, tell them your name and where do you work for, and two sides, both sides tell, hello, I'm X and I'm from Y. Okay, cool. That's it, shut up, okay. No, really, seriously? Okay. Okay, awesome. That's the point of having a real-life meetup. We can talk with each other and over each other and all that stuff, right? Okay, awesome. Now that we know each other, okay, let's do a fun thing together, okay, real quick, and then we start because we have a lot of digging to do. So I want to practice here because, we have a esteemed guest today, so we want to, give them a big round of applause and even laugh. Sometimes when they do a dead joke, we want to laugh, okay? So we'll do the warm-up with the claps and the laughs, okay? This hand will be clapping, so this will start like slow, and this will be like super rock concert, throwing bras, okay? Eliran will throw on me, okay? And this hand will be laughing like ha ha ha, polite, and really like losing it, okay? Cool, so let's start with the clapping, okay? Very small, and oh my God. Oh, wow. Nice, delay there. Okay, and this will be the, okay. Dead joke. Okay, let's try it together. Okay, cool, good job. Okay, awesome. I want to try something else, but I think we're warmed up. We might try it in the middle. Okay, awesome. Cool. Oh, Melio. Okay, so thanks to our sponsors, Melio, okay, who host us and sponsored this group even when we were virtual and doing cool stuff, great technology company, and I think they're hiring, and we'll hear from Yotam soon. Also Pecan and Hi-Res. You remember? Yeah, it's not a coincidence. We started sponsoring. Okay, I will talk about it later. Okay. Okay, I'm Shai Reznik, and thank you. I want to say thanks for, first of all, again, our host, okay, for hosting, not just sponsoring, and also our speakers, Yotam Bloom, Mishko Hevery, Benjamin Greenbaum, and Michelle Vestrate will join our panel, okay. Super thanks for investing the time. Our purpose is to be helpful and be a kind JavaScript community, to connect great minds together. So we try to bring you like the best minds and to create like cool events for you and use our JavaScript powers for good. If you don't know, in the start of the Corona, okay, we huddle like the best minds in our, like 5 of the best minds in our group, and we actually secretly worked on the app that connects all the dots of the Sharsheret Hadbaka, and and some of the people who worked on it, Gil and Bnaya and Uri. Uri is not here, right? No, but Bnaya is here, worked on it, and so, yeah, so we do good things outside and want to connect other communities to our community and, use our JavaScript powers for good. So take this and bring as many people to our community and welcome them. And also we have a code of conduct, so, okay, don't do stuff, אל תעשו לחברכם מה ששנוא עליכם, okay? Don't do stuff to others what they hate on you, okay? That's okay. Now, a few community heroes. This is the old school slide that you used to do. The first one was Benji, who will speak today, was on the first. But don't clap for Benji, he's already a speaker. It was the first time we ever did it. Benji was the first, I think, one of the first names on this where we didn't know each other. This is how we got to know each other. I put his name, and this is how we joined the community. So a few honorable mention of our community on Facebook that keeps helping. Yanai Edri, who runs the Negev community. Every week, okay, I found out recently, every week he does the JavaScript weekly and all that stuff. He does it by hand, like, and wanted to be here and couldn't. So Tali Barak, okay, also, who helps a lot and answering in comments and such. And Elad Cohen, who also shares like cool stuff with us. And welcome you all to participate in the Facebook group. So thank you, and you will be on the slides in the future. Okay, awesome. Come and speak. We have JSL, CFP. We welcome all of the newcomers, first-time speakers. We help you have speaker buddies, and we want to get as many people joining and sharing knowledge. So don't be afraid. This is a really easy ride, and we'll give you like a lightning talk, like I'm going to do, which is another surprise. Okay, and we're always looking for more sponsors to create more events and to make bigger things. We're planning on like doing more picnics and maybe like a conference, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, but we'll see. That's about it. We have the raffle, okay? In the end, we'll raffle, as always, WebStore and Quokka. So this is the link to join. You cannot join afterwards, just now, and you submit your lecture. Okay, awesome.
So hi, everyone. I'll try to do a lightning talk. So here's 5 tips to improve your app's performance. So a little about me. I'm a tech lead here at Melio for the past 2 years. I'm married with 2 boys, full stack developer. I lost 24 kilos, 53 pounds, and I used to love to cook. Okay, so a little bit about Melio. So Melio is a B2B payments company. We exist over 4 years. It was founded to keep small business in business. Basically, what we do is we manage the cash flow for businesses, provide them with a way to pay with checks, ACH, credit, debit. We're currently over 100 developers here in Israel. We're over 500 worldwide with sites in Tel Aviv, New York, and Denver. We're growing. We're a unicorn. We raised over $500 million, a valuation of $4 billion. And again, we're growing. It's a really, really great ride. It's a really, really great product, and really, really good people who are up there. So thank you. So before we start, if we want to talk about performance, we cannot think about it before we measure it, okay? So we have to measure everything. A good indication and a good place to start is the Google Page Speed Insights, which could give you a really correct score on what's the state of your app, and can give you also clues and indications on what you should do in order to improve it. Another very cool but really bad website is the web page test. If any of you have ever entered it, it's pretty bad, but it has a lot of insights, okay? So if you'll go through that first block, it's amazing. And of course, also in your Google Chrome developer tools, you can see the time of which function, how much long did it take to do the execution. Okay, so tip number 1, HTTP requests. So you need to monitor your app to find which requests are unnecessary to reduce requests. Okay, the browser has a 6 thread, I think, and all the API calls you do is block it, meaning it's a limited resource. So you really, really need for that initial page load to really have a really defined set of API file requests that you're requesting. Switch to HTTP 2, okay, or even HTTP 3. HTTP 1, basically, you can see the image. You request a resource and you get it. You request a resource and you get it. HTTP 2 did a really big improvement. 70% of the websites in the world uses HTTP 2. Became pretty much standard. And basically what it does, it brings you all the data you need without the unnecessary handshake. HTTP 3, it's even more advanced, meaning the streams or data are being transferred as UDP and not TCP, meaning it's non-blocking, meaning it's a lot more faster. There's another block called Quick on the back end of all this that basically reduce the handshake part of the HTTPS. Makes it very, very quick. And CDN, okay, you need to use it to get your asset faster. It makes sense, right? I don't have to do a lot of back and forth to get each file. It locates on a CDN, cached, and published in a node nearby me. Okay, images. We want to reduce the number of images for the initial page load because they are blocking our page load until we download all the resources. We want to choose the right file format for better performance. Okay, for example, PNG is a really, really big file, and we want to be cautious with it. JPEG can be loosely comparison, so you can use that to optimize your images. And GIFs. GIFs have 256 colors, meaning if you have some video that you want to show, it will be better as a GIF performance-wise. Compress your images. We want to compress our JPEGs. We want to use file formats like WebP that enables a browser to get a much more compressed file. We have also SVGO, and there's another extension of Firefox that I don't remember, that you can also get your files. Use a CDN. CDN is great. Cloudinary is a good example because it brings you all the files that you need at the proper resolution that you want. It brings you already the optimized file per your browser, the proper file extension. And have image fallbacks. So there's the image source app. Okay, and here you can define for which size, which file you're going to present. And another way to do it is with the picture tag. And you can define all the source set that you want, and the image is the fallback. Don't forget the image, it's the fallback. Critical rendering path. Okay, so you all know the DOM tree. The DOM tree contains all the HTML elements. I hope all of you know the CSS OM tree, and which contains all our CSS. The compiled version of that is the render tree. Okay, the render tree is compiled of both and presents us the HTML that we know and like. So we want to prioritize which elements is most crucial for the initial page load, okay? Which element do we see first in our app? We want to make it as fast as possible. We don't need to render all the app. We don't need to render all the orientations of the app. We want to make it as smart as possible. Server-side rendering really, really helps us here. Then we can get from the initial page load that we already want from the server. Sorry if I'm too quick. It's like a lightning talk, okay? Asset caching, okay? We want to cache content, okay? Like we talked about before, but as you can see in this amazing diagram I did, so we can, instead of going to the origin server, we can go to a CDN nearby us and have the resource much faster. We want to cache HTTP requests using the header cache control, which can provide for each file the maximum age or time it's going to be cached on our browser. And local cache, we can use we can use a local cache on our app platform, so we can beneficial with faster real time. We can enjoy it with PWAs. We can enjoy it in an offline view, and we don't need to re-request the resources that we need for our website. And of course, last but not least, And this is something a lot of people miss, is optimize animations, okay? You want to give your CSS a heads up. A nice way to do it is with the will change CSS property. Tell him you're going to go from opacity to transform, meaning it's not going to block the page load, because the CSS will compile and will know not to block the paint. Avoid set interval and set timeout, okay? Prefer to use the request animation frame. The request animation frame will help you avoid running animations when the users tab is invisible, which will also save the repaint. And get to know the animation API. It's pretty standard. You can really know when to picture or when to animate something. You can have better control of it. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yotam.